the Pospisil thing, no points, I believe, in 9 games now. He's been on the middle, then to the wing, then back to the middle, and has been
Different
moved around a
lines.
little bit. Thoughts, I guess, on him? Because he and Zary come in last year. They bring immediate energy.
Exactly a year ago, right?
It
Early
was
December.
Yeah. And they were
November, sorry.
2 very different guys. But Zary brought a bit of bite and some offense, and Pospisil brought a little bit of
Leap you?
yeah, a little bit of FU in there, which they were also lacking at the time. He does take a penalty. It's happened before. Let's hear from Coach Huska, who is not one to call out his guys or to rip anybody, and he certainly doesn't here. But he was asked about Pospisil, whose penalty led to the power play that got the game-winning goal. Here's Coach post-game.
We'll do our best to coach out of him. There's different ways you can do that. A lot of that's on the player. It's twice now, so it's not okay. He's a type of player that's got to play with an edge, but it's not a reckless type style that he has to play, because at the end of the day, points are so valuable. It's so hard to win in this league that if you overstep the boundary a little bit, then it can cost a team. So I think he understands it, and he's got to really work to be a better player in that regard for us.
Because he was benched for the second. Was it Vegas or Utah? One of those 2 games. That's, I believe, what Huska's making reference to. Twice he's now cost the team with bad penalties at the wrong time.
Yeah, penalties either leading to goals.
Bullshit. He's in there. He's trying to get a puck. The stick gets up. I disagree.
It's not a lazy penalty. I'd agree.
And it's not a over exuberant penalty. He's battling and the stick got up. Like, if it happens to someone else, they're going to pin the loss on them. Like, play hard, be a dick, be into people's faces, do this, do that, play center, play wing, put up points. You're going to pin the loss on that?
Yeah, I don't think you pin the loss on that at all. It's just an untimely power play, right? For them.
Did they not allude to it? It's untimely, but if it's anyone else, are they making a point of it?
I don't know.
That's 2. I've liked everything Huska does, and he can do what he wants. I'm not saying it's out to lunch in his treatment, but I don't think that play is battling with Ekholm. Ekholm's both sticks come up, and it happens to catch him. He didn't run in there with a flying elbow. It wasn't a stick check, lazy play.
He's trying to engage.
Because those are the penalties that he was taking a year ago, where he was running guys like, oh, you can't take that. You can't hit that guy from behind. You cannot. You can't do that. I feel like a lot of that's out of his game. I don't know that I've seen.
Do we want it all out of? That's the problem with
So here's what I think's happened. How impactful has he been in the first 12 games of the year, 11, wherever that? Like, have you noticed him getting under team skin at the same rate as last year or not?
No.
And so when he's at his best, he's doing that. And then if he's not effective at that, does it lead to over exuberance? Does it not? It's just that he's not moving the needle as much. And look, you can't be peak pest all the time. And he's probably not a top 9 guy on a lot of championship caliber teams. He's playing way up the lineup. I would just put him with Lomberg and Rooney and or Kirkland and let him, just go and skate hard. But the problem is that, Mantha, Kuzmenko, Huberto have just left you wanting more a lot of times, and they keep demoting one of those guys to the 4th line. Like, he's a 4th line player the way he plays, right?
He should be put in a situation where he can succeed, and I don't think where they're using him it's a little out of his.
And they got Sharangovich now back down the middle because they tried Pospisil there, and that's not an easy thing to ask a guy that's played 50 games in the NHL.
Now he wanted to be center.
No, I think you try it, right? But if he's centering the 4th line, that's one thing.
Yeah,
they were asking him to center the 3rd line with Mantha and Huberto. There's some heavy lifting defensively there.
We've talked about it, and you talk to coaches, and they talk about setting players up to succeed. Here's tonight. You will have had a good game if you check these boxes. And for Pospisil, it does feel like on some nights the boxes are different. And some nights there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
We need you to be better at the dot. You need to be distributing the puck. You got to have energy. You got to be disciplined. You can't do this while you got no points.
Get under their skin. Do all of it. Yeah.
Like you said, he's a very young NHL player.
Yeah.
At this point, that's a lot to ask a guy. And I do think you lose a bit of that, what makes him effective, when he's a little bit on pins and needles, worrying about getting
center might make it harder.
It certainly does.
right? Like just that alone. I don't disagree with what you're
And top,
saying.
and top 3 center. Like
Yes.
not it's like 12 minutes a night. Like,
yeah, like you want to be relied upon and you can grow into that. But for him to be his best, and that to me, his best is being a pest.
Mhm.
It is.
Yeah.
He had 63 games in the NHL before this year where they spun him down the middle.
So for him to be a pest, put him in Lomberg and
Yep.
Rooney
Yep.
and go.
Totally.
I don't give a damn what the other guys are doing. Just because they suck and aren't playing hard doesn't mean
Yeah. And if you want to see him down the middle, have him center Rooney and bring up Klapka and let those guys just wreak havoc.
Yeah.
Like, is that not your perfect chaos line?
Yeah. Or
Like max chaos?
that feels like, and maybe it evolves, and maybe in a year or two down the road, he becomes that third line center.
Yeah, but you have to be evolved into it,
But-
right? You got to find your way to do that, not just say, here you go. And you're right. You make a point, Pinder, that's Mantha and Huberdeau, you're
Good luck.
carrying.
Yeah, third line. These are two of the most gifted players and the ones who
Yeah, they
have the
don't
least
show up all the
consistency.
time. And feel free. What?
Mhm.
And no, by the way, it's your first time at center. So that's Sidney Crosby over there. You'll be taking draws against
Yeah,
him.
if you could.
Oh, no, sorry. He's off. It's now, oh, geez. Yeah, that's Malkin. Right? Like, it's a hard job. And that's what happens when you don't have enough centers. Because I think Sharangovich was put in a similar spot, older, more mature, more games under his belt last year, where he was asked in a
Different
pinch
player.
to play the middle. And it's like, he did a pretty damn respectable job. And I'd say Marty's done an okay job. But these guys, it would be so much easier if it was like, you're on this line, you're on the wing, go do your thing. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.